For every town, every town you can pledge, when you pledge to a town, and then you do perform actions around the town like building, gathering resources, you gain XP, and your XP gives you a status. If you can see here, Nuba and Markford, we're both commoners right now, and when you're a commoner, you can't really do anything, and then if you gain enough XP, you become a citizen, and then citizens can vote for an official. So certain people that are pledged to towns, if they get enough votes, they will become an official, and officials will gain certain rights within the town limits, within the town radius. So you'll be able to, for instance, if somebody put down a building that you really are not happy with, officials will be able to dismantle buildings within the first 24 hours of being built. So, yeah, if you don't like, like this guy didn't, just put a random, like a griefer or something came and like plopped down a random wall to like block off, some area, officials can dismantle them.
I like the time limit because that means that if someone else gets elected an official by, like, let's say a griefing group wants to just go around and become citizens so that they can install their own official and then just, like, dismantle everything, they'd have to do it within 24 hours.
Right. Question, like, officials have to be voted in, right? Like, someone can't just grind when no one else is on, become an official, and then immediately dismantle all the new buildings, correct?
Correct. Okay. Wait, say that again? Officials
let's say if I was a griefer, I couldn't just come online in the middle of the night, build a bunch of stuff, get official, and then sunder everyone else's progress, correct?
So when you gain XP, you get a status, which determines like you can be commoner, citizen, or noble, and only nobles can be elected an official. Okay. So you'd have to come in, grind a whole bunch. And then how are you guys getting into the build, by the way? You're not.
Did they get into the build? I thought I was devs.
No, that's me.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a freaking second. What's going on?
Wait a second. I
was like, did I glitch this to?
Lack has infiltrated. Lack is everywhere.
Okay, I was super confused for a second. I lost my train of thought. So when you get XP, you get a status, and amongst the nobles, it's like the top of the. If you grind enough to become a noble, then you gain the right to be voted. So it's like you can be voted on as an official, and then you need 4 votes. You can also vote for yourself, so you need 4 votes to become an official. So in a town, we're guessing somewhere around 25% of like the top players will be able to be an official. 25% of the pledged players. 25% of the citizens, because only citizens can vote, and then you can only vote for nobles.
Okay. So at the moment, it's a republic because people can vote you in. But how do I become the unquestionable sovereign with absolute authority?
How do we get dictatorships?
You have to seize the means of power, the means of production, I guess. The refinery. That's actually a nice. So you can seize that production, but you can change the priority of refinery buildings when you're an official. So I think we had issues in the past tests where the town was starved of food because it was being all the laborers were being allocated to
a workshop, we didn't need tools, we needed food in order to get laborers, so it was a self-defeating cycle.
Yeah, exactly. And so officials will be able to change the priority. So you'll be able to say, okay, I wanna focus on. We have enough food. I want to focus on lumber production. I want to focus on swords because a party is coming to invade, whatnot. So officials have that right.
Everyone.
So if you see I guess that UI button got moved, but it didn't get.
There's disband.
So if you see the dismantle button here, you must be elected an official to do that. So officials will be able to. We have to fix the UI or the hint for that, but officials will be able to dismantle buildings. You don't. Unfortunately, you don't get a refund. That maybe we can do that at a later time. But I think officials. Do we? No, officials cannot cancel other people's refinery orders, but you can cancel your own refinery orders now. I don't know if we had that in the last test.
Nope, this is new.
This is new.
I don't think you could, no.
Oh, you could cancel orders?
Yeah, Mark, can you spawn a bunch of logs in here, and then I can cancel, I can test that quick?
Big Bang.
Here.
I just drop them, then I can... So, if I go here and I place an order for this, I can now cancel it, and then I can get my log back.
That's really nice.
So basically, we can cancel every single order in order to produce a new material.
Well, you can only cancel your own orders. We thought about allowing officials to cancel other people's orders, but we thought that was a bit too authoritarian. So we'll experiment with the current system to see if that's something we want to do. But you can only cancel your own orders. So you would have to gather whoever placed that order and have them come and cancel it if you really wanted. I can't cancel other people's orders, but they can cancel their own. Is how it works. What else is new, Mark? Yeah, go ahead.
Question. Do officials like transfer between towns, or does your status only apply to a single town at one time?
So once you pledge to a settlement, you're at that settlement. You can, when you deploy as militia to another settlement, if there was one I would deploy, you can temporarily, deploy there as a militia. You can, you don't have official status when you get to that, when you go to that other.
So you've removed the ability to pledge to another settlement after militia, so it no longer functions as a teleport.
I mean, you can teleport. You will teleport to another town.
No, what I mean is
you won't be pledged to that town.
Wait,
but what I mean is like in the last test, you could deploy as like if a town had at least one militia, you could call in like 20 people by having them deploy and then pledge, which would remove the militia slot.
Right. Yeah. So when you pledge now, you will, if you pledge to another town, you will erase your progress at your old town.
Okay, so you can still teleport. You'll just lose all progress in terms of like
if you had XP
prestige within that one town.
Yes. So you will lose all your XP, you'll lose all your status, and then you come back to that town and you start fresh.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Got a quick question. Did you were there any changes to how militia works? Because I would remember that someone would attack a like the outskirts of settlement, and we'd be like, "Uh-oh, we better militia over there," but we couldn't because you can't spawn in once it's getting attacked, which seems kind of,
Yeah, I think we fixed that. I think we fixed that. So that was the whole point of the militia system. That was a bug, and then there was a UI bug where like you couldn't click on it. I think it was like a simple fix. So we fixed that. So now when something is under attack, you should definitely be able to deploy as militia there. Yeah, as long as it has enough population, as long as there is enough like a militia population to support that, you'll be able to do it. Oh yeah, there's that thing that I don't think you guys. Wait, did you guys play with the arrows? We had a.
We did play with it, but
wait, a blacksmith?
We did not have the blacksmith.
Can somebody spawn actually right here? Grab some arrows. Wait, what?
Gotta grab a ball. Grab a ball as well.
What's that X button at the bottom of actions when you open a bag?
Shouldn't be there.
Answer the item.
That's
nice.
You saw nothing.
Burn the item.
So now you can, before with the bow, you had to, when you started aiming, you would aim, but then when you clicked, it would go through an animation before the arrow would fire. Now it's like pretty instantaneous. So I can aim and then click and then I fire.
You can hit moving targets. It's actually quite accurate now.
It has gotten a little more useful now that you don't have to wait for the delay of actually shooting the arrow. Sorry?
My question is, when will we get Archer Towers that you can like move into like foxholes, and then you rename the game Archer Hole or Archer Tower?
I think you might be a little bit ahead of yourself in this one, just a little bit.
Just
Couple
copy
months,
everything
months.
from Foxhole and put it into medieval style.
HP, you did it.
So this is the blacksmith. So we separated out where the weapons are made. Okay, if you want to bring up
Yeah, I'm coming.
blacksmith UI. So this is just a small change, but we had too many things at the tool maker, so.
So the blacksmith is our war area. So we can only make like
Blacksmith, I'm assuming, is an attempt to separate orders so that we can actually have stuff that's more specialized, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a war factory, basically.
Yeah,
Great.
geared towards not towards tools, but towards.
Oh, we have to remember, Mark, to put the spears here too. I think the spears are still at the workshop.
Yeah.
Let me make a note of that.
How is the progress on adding in wheelbarrows?
Never gonna have wheelbarrows.
it's like
How many
harvesting.
arrows
We need a
will
way to
take?
transport large items.
The game is
Will
going
we
to be
get-
called Wheelbarrow, actually.
Will we get trains in this game?
Okay.
You want to show
so
the bow
becoming
off?
the memes again.
The new bow mechanic?
We just did. We just
Wait.
Yeah, so like now, so essentially you can now cock the bow so that you don't have to, it's like instantaneous fire.
Here,
rather
hit
than-
me, Alcas.
How many arrows does it take to take down a wall?
A wall.
A wall.
I don't know if arrows
I
are
ran out of
effective against
Yeah.
The
walls.
arrow, not so effective. I think, no, not the axe, but the sword is, I think, like, I forget right now the balance.
I mean-
So
Small arms don't damage walls, so why would arrows damage walls?
Oh, that's an issue. Oh no.
okay, I got the moving target.
You killed Lek.
You
I
killed
did
that.
kill Lek.
Homicide.
Thank
Oh,
God,
no.
Lek is dead.
No!
Wait, I'm dead?
Something you should show is the new map.
Map.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
So here's a new map with a bunch more water, which you guys might wonder, why is there water? And shall we show them
Fish.
up?
Why don't we head up to Wormseef?
Cannibalism.
Wormseef, guys?
Yep, that sounds
Don't
good.
Which
don't go
one?
to the Wormseef, just directly north.
Okay, yeah.
Monkey.
Let's go to the southern
Fishing, yes.
For anyone who
up.
can't access Duma's stream, I will be streaming his stream. Yes, thank you. That is very
Did someone just kill a deer?
Just, the players are falling from the sky. I love it.
Dies from fall.
Spearfishing.
All right. Can somebody spawn me some?
There you go. In that,
Alright.
bag right there.
Oh.
Nope.
It's okay, we all have bags. Alcat's over here on the,
Is
the
that like
left
a?
of me.
Is that a? Oh,
Actually, I have,
fishing!
Oh my God,
Fishing!
So now you can fish. And there's like a small mini game where like you have to watch your.
Like the little bobber.
Yeah. Oh, one guy missed
I
it.
think we're too far
Make
away
it more
from the...
visible.
This
Are
one's
we?
probably too far away from the actual
Well,
spawner.
oh, I see some.
Oh no, Mark got one.
bug discovered.
I know. Hey, let's go to this one over here. There's closer.
Okay.
You
So
guys
is it
are
like-
gonna steal my fish.
So is it just like a timed minigame where you have to left click whenever you see that the bobbers, been below the water?
Bobbing. It's not that complicated right now. It's like when you have a fish on, you'll have to click many times, and depending on the quality of fish, you'll have to click more times.
Wait, quality.
Quality.
Wow.
Oh shit! You can
Oh,
do
this is
fishing.
quality
Here,
fish.
I just caught a fish. Did you guys see that?
Auto clicker.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
That's a
hold
nice.
it
That's a nice.
picture.
Auto
So now I have a
clicker.
fish. Wait, what tier is this fish?
What
There's
you-
tiers
Ooh,
of fish.
Quality.
There's
Here,
rare
I'll have
fish.
the magic
there's-
hop.
Here, I'll show you one of the rare ones. I just dropped it. Alcast, you can see it.
What level is the magic hop?
Yay.
What is the magic card?
Oh, I guess I also had a.
And then here's another one if you want that one.
So they just come in tiers,
There
and
you
the
go.
better tier they are, the more food it gives you when you put it in the storage hut.
Yep.
Great.
Well, you have to smoke
Oh,
it
that's
first.
Bug right
Wait, what?
here.
Smoke it?
Yeah, you have to like bring it to the meat processing place.
Okay.
And
So we've
turn
got
it
new
in-
orders then.
So I can't just throw a fish into a storage.
No, you
Right,
have to like. It's in the same way that you turn meat into
Yeah.
into cured meat. You'll have to turn fish into smoked fish.
So is this theoretically a way to make like both water-bound settlements better, as well as allowing like mid-tier settlements with only access to meat and not access to farming, like more sustainable food sources?
Essentially, and we want to make sure that there's like a mid-tier action that you can do, because meat, we want to make it something a little bit more, you know, a bigger mountain goal, and wheat being something even more sustainable and longer, and this being like maybe a small term reward. And the game balance will come obviously when we get people playing with it.
Yeah, I got one of each.
Nice.
I can
HB.
easily see a small, tiny outpost that's gonna heavily relies on smoked meat.
Smoked fish.
How many tiers of fish are there?
There's three tiers.
So there's green, red, and what's the other tier?
Blue.
Which one's the best one?
All of. I think it's the red
color is
one.
the best?
It goes red, green. It goes blue, green, red. Excuse me.
Colley's
Why
win again.
green, red?
Do you say why?
Well, what's wrong with green, blue, red?
You got something against red fish, huh?
He's making a joke about factions.
Is there something that would limit one from just sitting there and fishing all day?
Nope.
Your inventory.
Inventory
and durability.
HB, do you know if Stefan got around to implementing the capacity? Because I believe that.
I don't think he did.
Okay.
I don't think he did, but I'm not 100% sure. I didn't even see this with all the features yet in the last time.
It's part of the plan to make it so that these hotspots, basically there's a limit. So after you've caught enough fish, then you have to move on to a new hotspot. But I'm not sure.
I think it is doing that.
No, I think that part
That
is.
is a good idea.
That part is in, but I think they're still spawning pretty frequently. They're not.
Well, so it'll be like once a hot spot is depleted, you have to move around to a different area and then come back. So you actually like plan out a route.
Yeah.
Realistic fishing mechanics.
The larger the body of water, the more fish you can get.
We will get boats.
I'm struggling with this fish.
Yeah, come over here, Anuba, because I think you're out of. There. I think we just farmed that one out.
That's a big fish.
Struggling on your screen?
Yeah, you are. You're in a constant loop of struggling.
You're falling.
Quickly, engage the auto clicker.
I think the fish is stronger
There
than
might be
you.
a bug there, Outcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's another bug on the list.
That's a tier 4 fish.
No, it's just a really strong fish. That's
Oh,
also
he just
happens to
went
be
into
invisible.
land.
Ground fish.
He's trying to fish the entire planet up. Oh no, Nuba's become too powerful.
I always knew this day would come.
All right, I think that's about it. Any questions? I think we're probably gonna end this soon. It's supposed to be a short demo.
Were there any changes to like looting buildings and stuff?
Do we have a command prompt to like reset the character back to default state in case we have a bug like this?
We get a suicide key to that.
No, I think in that case you're just gonna have to relog. Like, to be honest, there's gonna be bugs in this build. This is highly experimental. You're basically playing stuff that we don't test like we do things on Foxhole. This is like, here's the experimental prototype, and then we throw it in your hand. So
We are the
it's gonna be
hamsters.
rough. Yeah, it's gonna be very, very rough.
As if we aren't in Foxhole also.
We are the Lexters.
Here's
Alright.
something that functions 9 out of 10 times. Discover the 10th time that it doesn't function.
I mean, we're supposed to be weeding out the bugs here. It's kind of our job, but it's also to have fun.
Anything else we want to show, Mark, or is this it? I think.
No, I think that's it. I think we can
Cool.
probably wrap this up then.
What?
If you don't have a key and you want one, sign up for the shortlist, then we'll try to get you on board. So,
Yep.
great.
I'm gonna get everybody on this. Everybody on the stream here is already signed up. So.
Great.
Are you guys looking for
sign up
anything
for-
specific this
Go
time
to
around?
Go to Anvil sign up if you want to sign up.
Oh, were there any changes to how silver capacity works? Because it felt kind of.
Yeah, we did change that, Outcast. I believe that we removed the 5,000 limit.
Yep. There should be no limit now. I think. Well, I think it's like 50,000 when like victory is only 10,000. So you should be able to, even with a single big town, you should be able to get victory.
Great.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Stronghold time.
Yep.
Is this just another basic bug search like last time?
We're not actually searching for the bugs because at some point, like this prototype is not going to live that long.
No.
At some point, we are just going to kind of throw it into the trash can, which sounds harsh, but that doesn't mean the concept is going to be thrown in the trash can. It just means that it is prototype code. So we're more interested in seeing if the concept works. And a perfect example is the citizenship system. Is this something that even some of you guys were talking about after the first couple of tests? And we put this in, and we want to see if this type of system, even though it's very simple, and if this were to ever be a real game, it would be much more complex. But we just want to know if that basic concept would work at a fundamental level, right? So that's more the question we're trying to answer. We're not really trying to fix all the bugs or anything at this point. It's definitely more of a validating the game concept and also validating the tech, right? Because as we're building out these features, the engine is new. So a lot of the stuff that works in the Foxhole engine that we take for granted is actually much harder to do in this engine because it's new and we don't have all that feature. So that's the other half of it. Is we want to make sure this tech works, because if someday this tech goes into a full game like Foxhole, it will be like Foxhole, except you don't have a wall at the edge of your border. You just keep going, and everyone's in the same server, right? So that's ultimately the goal.
Sweet. I just knew that was like a big question last time. Like, what should we be looking for?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
So what you're mostly looking forward to is feedback about like how does stuff work and not exactly bugs.
Not bugs, how it feels and works, right?
Yeah, like basically the high level stuff, like was it fun? And I think the stuff that's really helpful was things like we were trying to get something done but we couldn't, or things like it was just extremely boring. I was just walking back from the farm to the farm refinery the whole time. And then that's the kind of stuff that in the coming months, I think the next couple of months, there's going to be more tests for sure in the coming months. And as we add features, we want to turn it from this really basic thing where all you're doing is walking the wheat over to the wheat refinery, which is really boring. And hopefully it will get to a point where it's like you can see it. Because right now, I think what you guys mentioned, and we think it's true too, it's like beyond 48 hours, there's not much to do. Even after 24 hours, you're kind of doing the same thing over and over again, right? But the hope is that in coming tests, it can hold up over longer than that. It can hold up for a few days or like a week, where there's still things to do. It's still fun.
Early game is really fun, though.
Yeah, so
I think ultimately too, it's worth pointing out that the length of the game, we want it to be much longer than Foxhole too. Like, it's not like you just win a war. I mean, that's still to be determined. But the dream right now is like, oh man, imagine it didn't have to end. Like, is that possible? Is there a way that could be fun? And like, it's just like a world, so we have all these kind of questions up in the air.
Great. I think that's all. Yeah, I think that's all the time we have. So thanks, guys, for watching, and the test will start tomorrow. Thanks, everyone.
I will say that fun is subjective. I personally love doing wheat farms.
It's incredibly grindy when you're doing the same thing like 20 times in order to keep up.
I love it.
It feels really grindy.
We need wheelbarrows.
I agree with Sunchips. Lex wrong.
Okay.
I love doing
Bye.
Don't at me.
All right,
Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks for your help. See you tomorrow.
No. You will see me tomorrow, Lekba. You will become
Yo, Sunchips.
Have a good day.
There is no escape. There is no escape.
I love you.
Sunchips.
Okay,
Right.
I'm gonna go piss on Sunchips later.
I'd make a baby with a Lek. No cap.
Sunchips.
What's up?
Ram Ranch.
Ram Ranch. Yeah.